She stood alone before the white marble tombstone, the weight of grief bending her posture. Her black veil fluttered gently in the cold breeze, but her heart felt nothing. The man she had built her life with, shared laughter with, and survived hardships beside, now lay 6 feet beneath the earth, or so she believed. As the last of the mourners left in quiet sympathy, a voice trembled behind her. "Your husband is alive." Before we continue, if you are watching our video for the first time, you're highly welcome to Elliot Stories. Please bless and support us by hitting that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell to get notified for more edifying stories coming your way tomorrow and never to miss any. Share to friends who love stories filled with twists and morals, and loved ones who love respect and justice no matter the cost. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story travels. And to other beautiful and hard-working YouTubers, let's interact in the comment section. I hope to see you soon. Now, let us take a moment to appreciate our unique constant viewers, our highly esteemed subscribers, our lovely new viewers, and our first-time subscribers for being part of our growth. This story was humbly crafted and brought to you by Elliot Stories. Catch you on the next one. Huge appreciation from Elliot Stories. She turned sharply, startled, thinking the voice was a delusion of her aching mind. But it wasn't. Behind her stood a small boy no older than 10, barefoot, dressed in a dirty tunic with patches of mud on his face. His eyes were deep, focused, not blinking. "What did you say?" she asked, trembling. The boy stepped closer. "Your husband, I saw him 2 days ago, near the abandoned train station." For a long moment, the world went quiet. No cars passed, no birds chirped, even the wind paused. She stared at the boy, torn between outrage, disbelief, and a strange flicker of hope. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "Do you know who you're talking about?" "Mr. Gerald Miles. I used to help him carry tools. Everyone said he died in the fire. But I swear, he's alive." She grabbed the boy's hand. "You're coming with me." At the edge of the city, where concrete gave way to rust and decay, sat the forgotten train station. Vines crept along the tracks. Windows of the waiting house were shattered, and graffiti screamed across the rusted walls. It was a place of ghosts. They waited. The woman, now visibly anxious, glanced around. "Where exactly did you see him?" The boy pointed toward the loading dock. "He was with 2 other men. One had a scar over his left eye. They were talking about heading to the docks by sundown." She moved swiftly, calling a driver from her late husband's company. She needed to know. As the car rolled through narrow alleys and twisted turns, memories of Gerald flooded her mind. The fire at the chemical plant had been too intense, they said. No survivors. But no body was found either. His ring, watch, and ID were recovered from the debris, supposedly confirming his death. But now, at the harbor, cargo crates formed a labyrinth. She stepped out, scanning faces. Everything looked normal, until she saw him. He stood under a broken lamppost, wearing a cap low over his brow, talking to 2 dock workers. Her heart stopped. It was him. Gerald. Alive. She screamed his name. He froze. Then, slowly, turned around. Their eyes met. His face went pale. Before she could run toward him, the 2 men grabbed his arms, forcing him into a waiting van. She shouted, but the engine roared. The van sped off. People gathered. The boy tried to run after it but stumbled. She collapsed to her knees, sobbing. It took the police 2 hours to arrive. And it took the truth 4 days to unravel. Gerald Miles had faked his death. With the help of a company insider, he had staged the fire, planting his ring and watch as proof. The motive? Insurance fraud, a secret debt to criminal investors, and a plan to escape it all. But something had gone wrong. He had been double-crossed. The men who helped him vanish now held him captive, using him to access funds hidden in offshore accounts. The woman, now no longer mourning, turned to war. She hired a private investigator. The boy remained by her side, his information proving accurate time after time. He had been living around the station, surviving off scraps, always watching. "Why are you helping me?" she asked him one night. He shrugged. "You look like my mom. She died 2 years ago. No one believed me then either." After weeks of searching, a breakthrough came. A call traced to an abandoned warehouse on the city outskirts led the police and the woman to a grim discovery. Inside, chained to a pole, barely alive, was Gerald. He looked nothing like the strong man she had once loved. His hair was wild, his face bruised, and his eyes hollow. But he was alive. He burst into tears when he saw her. "Why, Gerald? Why would you do this?" He couldn't answer. Recovery took months. Gerald faced charges. The company pressed lawsuits. The insurance company reclaimed assets. He lost everything. But something remarkable happened. The boy, David, had nowhere to go. She took him in. "I have no children of my own," she said, smiling gently. "Would you like to stay here?" David nodded, tears in his eyes. The media went wild. Millionaire adopts street boy who found her husband. News channels followed their every move. But the story wasn't over. Months later, as Gerald faced trial, David revealed something more. Something darker. He didn't just fake his death. He planned to disappear with someone else. A photo surfaced. A woman, younger, vibrant, smiling beside Gerald at a beach resort weeks before his death. He said he loved her. That she was his new life. He didn't expect to get caught. The courtroom gasped. The betrayal was final. She divorced him. Publicly. In a rare act of strength and dignity, she donated all their joint assets to orphanages and shelters. "If I was blind, let it be a reason others see," she said at a press conference. She opened a foundation in David's name, David's Hope, helping children on the street, giving them education, food, and homes. David became the youngest spokesperson in the charity's history. Years passed. Gerald served his time. Alone. She moved forward, no longer a widow, but a woman reborn from deception. David grew, studied law, and returned to fight for children's rights. People remembered the woman in black at the tombstone. But they remembered more the boy who said, "Your husband is alive." And what that moment changed forever. Moral lesson. In a world where deception wears a suit and grief blinds the eyes, truth can come from the most unexpected places. Never ignore the innocent, for their eyes sometimes see what adults deny. Betrayal cuts deep, but strength is found not in revenge, but in redirection. Let your pain become purpose, and your heartbreak a platform to help others. Never underestimate a child. And never let wealth blind your values. In the end, character speaks louder than coins. Thank you for staying with us till the end. This story was humbly crafted and brought to you by Elliot Stories. Catch you on the next one. Huge appreciation from Elliot Stories.